but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Take it in at the 22. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Texans will take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
They'll run on 1st down. Malone. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Texans had 8-3 now. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and expect them to do just that.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Willis. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
On 3rd down, it's Malone. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
Willis takes a hit and the ball is free. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads, and you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp even in the offseason where they emphasize ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
Yeah, 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. To about the 33-yard line. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just shut something down and punt the football.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
Well, it's certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The Texans send the punter out, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Yardage here, back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now this time, Allen will throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And again, it's Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Cook Not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second down and goal. Allen. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs from 6 yards away. And the Bills are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. Now Willis on 1st and 10. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Gregory Rousseau in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. On second down, it's Malone, and he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. 3rd down, it's Willis. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 40. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Well, looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Willis is going to throw once more. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 19. 23 yards on the play.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's going to float this over the middle deep. He's got him in. Complete. 30. 10. 5. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 97 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. There he goes, right side. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Hurt.
Up the middle they go. Malone, and he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 22, Willis toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up and making sure it was a catch.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Working with 2nd and 5 now. 2nd down. Here's Willis. That's caught. It's Malone. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Willis now off the play fake. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Extra point right down the middle. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Final shot before half for Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Shifts past him at the 45. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Willis. Got it complete to Rodgers. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Check, man.
On 3rd down. It's Malone, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Warrior 70.
Willis, 4th down here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Allen now on 1st down. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him.
Touchdown, Bills! Gabriel Davis, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. Now this time, Willis throwing it. Open man is Duvernay. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Willis. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On second down now, it's Malone. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now Willis to throw. Touchdown, Texans! In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat with a 1st down. Throwing now is Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Now Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case,
Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. To throw, it's Allen. That's to Cook out of the backfield. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Up the middle, it's Cook. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's Cook again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the 4th quarter tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon, and not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around, punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy with time starting to become a factor.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is taken at the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he is going to have the Bills 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football, and what a nice gain on that play.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And complete right side to Cook. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to the ground, Cook. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Cook up the gut. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Back to throw. Allen. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
79 Broncos. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Now Willis. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Malone.
Here we go.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Willis to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Throwing, Willis. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Panther 11. Cougar 19.
Willis, 4th down, has to have it. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Again, this is Cook. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now Allen. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Sly able to put this one through. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off, let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses.